This video shows you how to open Makerbot print to get your print ready to be 3D printed. So you want to go to your desktop and find this icon, Makerbot print. Double click on that and the software will open. You will have to type in the username, and this is written on the board. Same as the other programs, and log in. You need to select a printer, so it's going to be a mini, so you can hit select here. It's a mini because that's the kind of printer we have in our classroom. You can close that back down. Now what you need to do is insert your model. So you're going to have to say insert file and find wherever you put your file that was exported from Inventor. This will only show up if it's an STL file, so hopefully you've already done that step in the prior video. So I'm just going to open this random one. Make sure that the model info is correct. So this was modeled as, sorry, I guess I don't have it right. If you modeled yours as an inch, you need to click this down and say inches so that it's scaled correctly. You can see how it changes size based on what it thinks it is. This seems a little big to me, but this file was created a year or two ago, so I'm just going to go with it. If you need to scale it, you can hit scale here. So I think this looks too big, and this doesn't really matter how big this is. However, if you are working on a part where you took measurements and you need it to be exactly what Inventor said it was, do not use scale. Okay. The other thing you need to consider is how your print will be oriented. This is how I want this print to be oriented because the detail's on the top, as you can see. You can rotate the view around by using your mouse. You can move it in and out. Use the right mouse to rotate top to bottom. Now, if you don't like the way this is oriented, you can click on this. You can use this image here to know which axis you should rotate around. So if I rotate around X, it's going to flip it. Obviously, imagine what it would look like with that. So I'll just hit this, right? This is the Y rotation. You can also type numbers in here if you, for some reason, need a off 90-degree rotation. You can also say place face on build plate and pick the face. I also then like to go to arrange, and that puts everything right in the middle of the build plate. This is something you have to do, print settings. Make sure that if it's appropriate, which for most of you it will be, you want supports on. And if you come to custom settings, this is where you can change any of those settings we talked about. You might want to check the infill density, make sure it's pretty low, so this will affect your print time and sometimes quality. Please don't go higher than, say, 20%, but check your print time and talk to me about it as well. So this is just where you would make those changes. Lastly, you need to come here, estimates and print preview. When you click this, it will give you a prediction of what the print will look like, how long it will take. So as you can see, this orange is the raft. Anywhere else in the model where you have orange is support materials, right? So you could uncheck this and it won't show that, but it's very helpful to have that. You could also say play animation and it will show you what it will look like as you go along. So if you want, this is how it's going to build it, and so on. Make sure that you have the supports in the right places. Now, on the Google form, I want you to estimate or enter the estimate of time it will take to print your print. 40 minutes is pushing it for time for your models, but that's something that we need to discuss. So enter this into the Google form, and you also want to enter the color that you want on the Google form. Once you're done here, and you're still working on your own computer, you want to come over here and say File and Save Project, and save this in your Google Drive. Name it something that makes sense to you. First name, last initial, -3D print would be great. So maybe Miss G -3D print. And save that to your Google Drive so that you can then upload this to Classroom. Make sure your name is on that file name. That's it. Then once it's time to actually print, you'll want me there to help you, but you simply go to File, you can just hit Print here. But we need to make sure the filament's set up right and everything else. So and you have to do this from the actual computer connected to the machine. That's it.